Imagine waking up every morning with a fixed sum of currency that isn't measured in dollars or euros, but in precious time. Yes, you heard that right. Each day you're handed a budget of 24 hours. And just like your bank account, how you choose to spend it determines your wealth and quality of life. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking, "Oh great, another lecture on time management," let me assure you, this isn't your typical snooze fest motivational talk. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of financial freedom, mixing in some solid strategies with a good dose of humor to keep you entertained. We'll explore why spending your time wisely is as crucial as spending your money wisely, why not all debt is evil, and how the rich, yes, the likes of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and even Donald Trump, are playing a completely different game when it comes to investments. Forget the idea that owning a house makes you rich. We're talking about generating cash flow, leveraging opportunities, and making money work for you. So if you're ready to stop chasing money and start letting it chase you, buckle up. Grab your favorite cup of coffee, or tea if you're fancy, and let's get down to the nuts and bolts of building wealth, one humorous, insightful segment at a time. Welcome to your journey toward financial freedom, where time is money, money is your tool, and a little laughter might just be the secret ingredient to success. Time is your most precious asset. Time is the one asset we all possess in equal measure, 24 hours a day. Yet, how many of us truly invested in activities that bring us closer to our goals? Imagine if every minute were $1 in your bank account. Would you spend it frivolously? Or would you invest it wisely in things like learning a new skill, reading that one book everyone talks about, or even working on a side project that might one day pay you back in spades? Consider the morning when you wake up groggy, reaching for your phone, only to scroll through social media for what seems like an eternity. Meanwhile, your time bank is depleting, and you're not earning any interest on it. Instead, if you started your day with a clear plan, perhaps a brisk walk, a bit of meditation, and a quick read on a topic that excites you, you'd be setting a positive tone for the rest of your day. It's like choosing to invest in stocks that pay dividends instead of buying a souvenir that loses value the moment you step outside the store. We'll look at techniques to transform your daily routine into an investment strategy. By rethinking how you spend your time, you can start to see every minute as a stepping stone toward financial independence and a fulfilling life. And yes, we'll sprinkle in a few jokes along the way to keep things light. Because let's face it, if we can't laugh about our procrastination now and then, what's the point? Borrowing smartly. The role of debt in wealth building. Debt is often painted as the villain in our financial stories. But let's break it down. Not all debt is created equal. Picture debt as a double-edged sword. If wielded wisely, it can help you build wealth, but if misused, it can leave you bleeding financially. Imagine you're at a carnival with a bunch of tokens. Some rides cost tokens, but the real prize comes from playing a game that multiplies your tokens. That's the essence of good debt. Borrowing money to invest in something that pays you back in returns, whether it's a rental property, a promising startup, or even furthering your education. Conversely, using debt to buy a flashy gadget that becomes obsolete faster than a fad dance move is bad debt. It drains your wallet without adding any value. We'll dive into amusing real-life examples of people who made the mistake of using debt, like a shopping spree at a clearance sale, only to realize that they now owe money for things that depreciate in value faster than you can say financial freedom. By understanding the difference between good and bad debt, you can learn to leverage borrowing as a tool to enhance your cash flow and build lasting wealth. Investing in assets, the real markers of wealth. Owning a house might seem like the ultimate sign of success, but in the grand scheme of wealth building, it's not always the asset you think it is. The real magic happens when your investments start generating income, when your money is busy working for you, even while you sleep. Imagine your home as a pet. Sure, it's cute and comforting, but if it doesn't contribute to your income, it might actually be a drain on your resources. In contrast, investing in income-producing assets, like rental properties, dividend stocks, or even digital assets, can create a steady stream of cash flow that builds your wealth over time. We'll explore humorous comparisons. Ever seen a house that eats money like a toddler with candy, To drive home why focusing on assets over liabilities is the winning strategy, you'll learn actionable tips on how to evaluate investments, differentiate between a sinking ship and a profitable venture, and even how to spot opportunities that the average person might overlook. It's all about shifting your perspective from owning things that just sit there to acquiring assets that keep the money flowing. Money as a servant, taking control of your finances. At the heart of financial freedom is a simple yet profound idea. Money should work for you, not the other way around. Too often, we become slaves to our budgets, obsessing over every penny as if it were our boss. But what if you could flip the script and make money your loyal servant? Think of it this way. Money is like that overenthusiastic puppy that follows you everywhere. If you treat it right, it'll fetch you opportunities, grow in value, and help you achieve your dreams. If you chase it around like a wild animal, it's going to end up chasing you instead. And that's a recipe for financial chaos. In this section, we'll share humorous anecdotes and practical strategies on how to build a healthy relationship with money, from giving it away strategically to investing it in ventures that multiply its value. You'll discover that managing money effectively is more about mindset than mere numbers. With a few laughs along the way, you'll learn how to ensure that every dollar you earn becomes a building block for your future, rather than a source of stress. Inflation and investment. Protecting your savings. Let's talk about inflation, an invisible villain that slowly chips away at your savings. If you leave your money lounging in a bank account, inflation is like a sneaky pickpocket that steals a little bit of your wealth every day. The trick is to put your money where it can grow, not where it's just sitting idle. Imagine you're planting a money tree. If you simply water it with stagnant water, read, uninvested cash, you'll get a tiny sprout at best. But if you nourish it with the right investments, like real estate or other appreciating assets, watch that tree grow into a mighty oak, laden with fruit, or dividends, in financial terms. We'll break down how to protect your hard-earned savings from inflation through smart investments, with plenty of humor and relatable analogies, because who hasn't wished for a magic potion to beat inflation? You'll learn why saving is important, but investing is essential. And yes, we'll make sure you understand that every dollar saved wisely is a dollar that can combat the sneaky inflation monster. Diversification, the smart investor's recipe. Remember the old saying about not putting all your eggs in one basket? That's diversification in a nutshell. The idea is simple. If one investment goes bad, you don't want everything to crash and burn. Imagine you're hosting a dinner party. Would you serve only one dish and hope everyone likes it? Or would you prepare a variety of courses to satisfy every palate? Diversification in your portfolio works the same way. By spreading your investments across different asset classes, real estate, stocks, digital assets, you can weather economic storms and come out smiling on the other side. We'll use fun, everyday examples to illustrate how diversification can protect you against market volatility and unexpected downturns. From quirky stories of investors who learn the hard way to practical tips on balancing risk and reward, this section is all about building a resilient financial strategy that stands the test of time. Global investments, thinking beyond borders. In today's hyper-connected world, financial opportunities aren't limited by geographic borders. Why settle for local investments when the world is brimming with potential? Picture your investment portfolio as an international buffet. Each country offers its own unique flavor, and by sampling a little bit of everything, you not only satisfy your financial appetite, but also reduce your risk exposure. Investing globally can be the secret sauce that spices up your portfolio, protecting you from local economic downturns and opening the door to higher returns. We'll explore the benefits of diversifying your investments on a global scale with plenty of humor. Think of it as traveling the world without leaving your couch. You'll hear stories of savvy investors who expanded their horizons and learned valuable lessons about the importance of thinking beyond your local market. By the end of this section, you'll be inspired to take your financial game to an international level. Avoiding legal pitfalls. Keep the drama off your portfolio. We all love a good drama on TV, but when it comes to your finances, legal battles and family disputes are about as welcome as a skunk at a picnic. Inheritance issues, litigation, and messy legal entanglements can drain your wealth faster than you can say courtroom drama. Imagine inheriting a beautiful piece of property, only to have it wrapped up in lawsuits and legal battles. It's like getting a shiny new car, and then realizing it's covered in dents and scratches, because someone forgot to mention the hidden fees. In this section, we'll discuss strategies to avoid these pitfalls. We'll share humorous yet eye-opening examples of how legal complications can turn a promising investment into a money pit, and offer practical advice on keeping your assets free and clear of legal entanglements. Smart money allocation. The 50-25-25 rule explained. One of the cornerstones of smart financial planning is knowing how to allocate your resources effectively. The 50-25-25 rule is a straightforward blueprint. 50% of your wealth should be in stable, appreciating assets like real estate, 25% in high-growth investments, such as stocks or digital ventures, and 25% kept as liquid cash for emergencies or opportunities. Think of it like dividing your dinner bill among friends. If one person pays too much or too little, the balance is off. With this strategy, you're ensuring that you're not overly exposed to risk in one area, while missing out on potential growth in another. In this section, we'll break down the 50-25-25 rule in a friendly, humorous way, complete with examples and actionable tips. You'll learn how to adjust the ratios to fit your personal circumstances, and how this balanced approach can serve as the backbone of your financial independence. Embracing the modern economy, innovation and adaptability. The modern economy is evolving at breakneck speed. Traditional methods of earning a living are being upended by technology, automation, and new business models. To thrive in this environment, you must be adaptable, innovative, and ready to seize multiple streams of income. In this section, we'll discuss how to harness the power of the modern economy, with humorous comparisons to outdated technologies. Imagine using a typewriter in the age of laptops. You'll learn why staying ahead of the curve is essential for long-term success. We'll cover practical tips on embracing new technologies, diversifying your income sources, and making sure that you're not left behind in an ever-changing world. The modern wealth equation. Adapting to a changing world. Gone are the days when a single steady job was enough to secure your financial future. Today's economy is dynamic, and the traditional playbook just doesn't cut it anymore. With automation, artificial intelligence, and digital innovations reshaping the job market, you need a modern strategy to build and sustain wealth. Imagine trying to use a flip phone in the age of smartphones. Clunky, outdated, and a recipe for frustration. That's what clinging to old financial rules can feel like in today's fast-paced world. In this section, we'll discuss how you can adapt your strategies to the modern economy, embracing technology, multiple income streams, and forward-thinking investments. With witty comparisons and plenty of humor, you'll see why adaptability isn't just a nice-to-have. It's essential for long-term success. Mindset matters. Think like the wealthy. One of the most profound lessons on the path to financial freedom is shifting your mindset. Instead of being consumed by the chase for money, the truly wealthy know how to make money chase them. This section is all about transforming your perspective on wealth. Picture two people at a buffet, one who piles their plate with everything in sight, and another who thoughtfully selects a balanced meal. The latter isn't just being picky, they're planning for long-term satisfaction. That's the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. We'll share anecdotes of people who made the shift from living paycheck to building robust, cash-flowing portfolios. Along the way, you'll get practical advice on how to rewire your brain to see opportunities where others see obstacles. The power of continuous learning, books and beyond. If there's one thing the world's most successful people have in common, it's a love for learning. But let's be honest, many of us start a book with grand intentions, only to end up with a dusty shelf and a half-finished story. In this segment, we'll tackle the challenge of reading and self-education head-on. Imagine if every book you picked up was like a secret treasure map leading to untold riches. Wouldn't you want to follow it to the end? We'll explore creative and humorous strategies to help you develop a habit of reading and learning. Whether it's by attaching a book to your daily routine or transforming mundane tasks into opportunities for growth. Yes, even that time spent waiting in line at the grocery store can be a lesson in economics. With plenty of laughs and real-life examples, you'll discover that the investment in your mind is the most powerful asset you can ever have. Start building your future today. Now comes the moment of truth. What are you going to do with all this information? Knowledge without action is like a delicious recipe never cooked, full of potential, but ultimately useless. This final section is your call to arms. Ask yourself, do you want to be that person who wakes up at 70, still struggling to pay bills and wondering where it all went wrong? Or do you want to be the savvy investor who built a legacy of wealth and financial freedom? We'll outline a step-by-step action plan that you can start implementing immediately. From setting daily goals to mapping out long-term investments, you'll have a blueprint that's both practical and infused with the humor and insight we've shared throughout our journey together. The road to financial freedom is paved with humor and action. So there you have it, a comprehensive, engaging, and hopefully humorous guide to taking control of your time, money, and ultimately your life. We've covered everything from viewing time as currency to understanding the nuances of good versus bad debt. From building a diversified portfolio to embracing a mindset of abundance. And throughout it all, we've injected a little humor to remind you that even in the serious business of building wealth, a smile can go a long way. Remember, your financial journey is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be setbacks, there will be moments of doubt, and yes, there will be times when you just want to throw your calculator out the window. But armed with these strategies, a bit of humor, and the understanding that every moment counts, you're well on your way to a future where money isn't just something you chase. It's something that chases you. So go ahead and take that first step today. Invest your time, manage your money wisely, and above all, keep laughing along the way. Because the true secret to financial freedom isn't just in the numbers. It's in the journey, the lessons learned, and the joy found in every step of the way. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into financial freedom. Now go out there, seize your day, and remember, you're not just building wealth, you're building a life. Enjoy the ride, and let your money serve you, not the other way around.